Hey guys, you may have heard the term technical debt but not sure what it is. This video is for you. So, what is technical debt? It sounds like a financial term, right? So, when it comes to software development, technical debt is the idea that certain necessary work gets delayed during the development of a software project in order to hit a deliverable or deadline. Technical debt is the coding you must do tomorrow because you took a shortcut in order to deliver the software today. So by nature, developers always have to balance this issue. Developing a perfectly designed app versus putting out code that is good enough. So clean and well-designed code allows future iterations and innovations to be more easily implemented. However, in a business setting, deadlines and limited resources often prevent developers from producing clean and perfect code before delivering a product. This is where technical debt comes into play. The concept recognizes the trade-off between perfect products and the short timelines often required for product delivery. While it can be useful to incur some debt, just as with money matters, there is a limit to how much debt you want to carry. So why does technical debt happen? There are several reasons developers might choose or be told to use the easy solution instead of the best one when they code. So some reasons we can see. The first one is in a rush. The most common reason for technical debt is a rush to get the software to market. Developers dealing with the dreaded question, how long will it take, may find themselves under pressure to take coding shortcuts to get the job done sooner. So they take the easy option in haste. That can cause problems later, from bugs to spaghetti code. And the next one is bad code. So poorly written code or simple oversight by programmers is another culprit behind technical debt. Everyone makes mistakes from time to time. When this happens in code, technical debt begins to occur. Bad code is not scalable and the problem will eventually need fixing. And the last one is on purpose. Sometimes you might choose to go into technical debt for strategic reasons. What makes this different from purposefully choosing the easy option under duress is the level of understanding needed. You should know what the cost will likely be and when you intend to repay it. This is like taking out a technical loan and it can be useful. Just like financial debt, there can be good reasons for technical debt, but it is important to know that going in. So debt does not get ahead of the team, slowing down process and future deliverables. A good reason for incurring technical debt is often because a delivery is more important than the internal cleanliness of code or smoothness of functionality. If the product works for the user, despite not being the best or cleanest product, then delivery may behoove your company in terms of time to market, revenue, etc. If, however, business needs require perfect design, you will take your time to deliver a cleaner product. A bad reason for incurring technical debt is because the team choose to focus on other areas that are more innovative or interesting but less important. Even if you have a good reason for incurring debt, choosing the messier option that ensures a quicker delivery is not the end of the design choice. Instead, the team must return at some point to this piece of design to add more functionality or revise it. The longer the team waits to deal with an issue, the more likely it can cause more issues or get buried in code. So this is the interest. The time in the future you will have to spend cleaning it up to get it to live with new changes so you have to make. So development teams must be balanced, looking at many sides of the issue to determine whether or how much technical debt to incur. So technical debt is a normal result of software development. Some of it occurs for good reason and some types of technical debt are worse than others. So the first type is planned technical debt. So this type of technical debt occurs when the organization makes an informed decision to generate some technical debt with the full understanding of the consequences. The consequences like risks and cost. In the case of planned technical debt, it is critical to be as precise as possible in terms of defining the compromises the organization intends to make. An example could be, in order to meet the new release deadline of November, we have decided to forego writing unit tests in the final 3 weeks of the project. We will write these tests after the release. So because these decisions can accumulate quickly over time, it is imperative to maintain a record of them. Doing so will increase the likelihood that technical debt will get addressed and paid down quicker. Otherwise, it will quickly be forgotten, potentially costing the organization big time in the long run. And the next one is unintentional technical debt. So this refers to unplanned technical debt that arises due to poor practices, inexperience with new coding techniques, rollout issues. For example, a design approach that ends up containing many errors is unintentional technical debt. This type sometimes occurs as the direct result of poor communication with the organization or a misalignment between the developers and operation teams. The next type is unavoidable technical debt. Unavoidable debt occurs due to changes in the business and the progress of technology over time that present better solutions. It typically arises when scope changes are requested mid-project. The result is an immediate cost, such as adding a new feature to an existing design to better support mobile delivery. In short, technical debt is created when new business requirements make old code obsolete. And the last type of technical debt is software entropy, also known as bit rot. So software entropy occurs over time as the software quality slowly deteriorates, leading to problems with usability, errors, or necessary updates. Entropy occurs when many developers, and many of whom may not understand the intended function and design, make incremental changes that increase complexity, violate NFR requirements, that means non-functional requirements, or slowly break the code. So here are some warning signs that a project has created technical debt. So code smells. Code smells are much more subtle than logic errors and indicate problems that are more likely to impact overall performance quality than causing a crash. And then higher levels of complexity when technologies overlap each other. And the next one is product bugs that will cause an entire system crash. Issues with coding style, which can be handled by developing a code style guide and sticking to it. Non-functional requirement issues where the code violates an NFR restraint. Examples include slow performance, security hacks, unreliable code results, increasingly difficult to use, loss of compatibility with other software or hardware. The key thing to note at this stage is that if left unaddressed, these red flags can result in higher total cost ownerships, longer time to market, reduced agility, negative customer experience, poor security, and something like that. So what should you do if you have technical debt? So no matter whether you have it by accident or by choice, it is imperative that you allocate time and strategies to pay off any technical debt. So the first one is better now than later. So remember, technical debt happens due to choosing weaker code, meaning that it's temporary fix. The sooner you rework it, the sooner your software can grow with your customers. Plus, leaving it too long can result in customers finding faults in your software. And then little and often. So when reworking your code, it's best not to try to do it all in one go. So it's stressful for your team and creates the same rust environment that caused the debt in the first place. Instead, set aside time in each sprint or over several seasons for fixing some of the debt. And the last one is a team effort. You should make paying off your debt a team effort. That is, make sure that everyone, regardless of seniority or other responsibilities, everyone helps rework the code. So this can improve the development office atmosphere by prompting teamwork. Plus, it helps newer team members see more of the existing code base. Alright, so technical debt is sometimes a necessary evil when it comes to software development. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's not always avoidable, nor you should always avoid it. The best approach is to treat it like any other kind of debt. If you choose when you take out a technical loan and when you plan to pay it off, technical debt is not a problem. So this is it for today. Thanks for listening. Bye.